that he had a house party. Yes, sir! You know the vibes? You already know the vibes. Back at it again. Well, no. What up, Peanut Head?
What's up, man?
Peanut Head yours.
Listen, man. Just let y'all know nobody had the Rona.
No, we don't. Okay.
Nobody had the Rona. We had to just decompress and compose ourselves for a minute.
We had to.
When the world jumped off. So
right.
But
speaking of this year, I'm gonna tell you right now, a saying needs to be banned forever. Hindsight is 2020. We can't say that no more. That's a wrap. we got to change something else. It need to be 2025, maybe 2023. Hindsight can't be 2020 no more. Because if we saw all this coming, I would move.
Look, there are bad numbers out there.
Yeah.
13 is always a bad number. Nah. 666 was always a bad number.
Whoa.
Nah. 2020, that's a bad number.
2020,
the worst number ever.
2020 is the new 666. it's a new death sentence. No, but seriously, hindsight. If I hear someone say hindsight is 2020, you better get slapped. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear it. Can't do it.
I don't even want 2020 vision no more. I
don't want it. I want my eyes. I was thinking about getting laser surgery because I can't see really well, but I don't want 2020 vision. I don't want that.
Gotta be like 2040 or something. Now, no matter what it is, not 2020.
The last thing I need in my life is to see this year in high def. No, thank you. I'll keep it in low def.
Oh, man.
So listen, the first segment we'll have to do, I realize that when this segment, I'm going to piss a lot of people off. I'll upset people. But you know what? I'm used to it. It's what I do.
Yeah, that's true.
True. So in tradition of Totally Unclear, in tradition of Marcus Bradham, why not make some more people mad? So listen, as you know me very well because we're friends outside the show. I'm a cynical person, and I find it very hard to believe certain things. And sometimes you hear things about people, and you see people the way they move, and you're like, man, that seems like a really good person. But I always kind of have this thing where I look at people, and I'm like, can you really be that good? Are you really that nice? Now, listen, this is really gonna suck. My queen's gonna be upset over this one. I might not be able to sleep at home tonight because she loves this person. I'm talking about Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen,
man.
Ellen's cool. Everybody loved Ellen.
That's what I thought. I thought it was everybody hate Chris, everybody loved Ellen, but it ain't like that. So listen, this all started by a man by the name of Kevin C. Porter. I don't really know much about him. He's verified on Twitter, so that tells me he's a reliable in a sense. So what he basically did was he put out a tweet, and he said, right now we all need a little kindness, like Ellen DeGeneres always talks about. She's also notoriously one of the meanest people alive. Hold on, it gets better. Respond to this with the most insane stories you've heard about Ellen being mean, and I'll match every one with $2 to the LA Food Bank. So it became charitable.
He's trying to go in.
He's trying to go in. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to find some stories, okay? And I'm going to read them to you. I want you just to react to some stories about her. All right? You cool with that?
Are you cool with that?
Listen, we're going to debunk it. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's not that bad.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's see. What's here?
So we'll start with this one. We'll start light and we'll build up. A friend who worked on her show for a number of years summed her up by saying, she likes to push your buttons until you cry. She likes to make people cry. Your thoughts?
I mean, who doesn't like to do that? Who'd like to push a button or two? That's nothing.
You're making people cry, Jervis? They got cry though?
Listen, man, everybody pushes a button. You do it with your kids. Kids gonna you push that button. You know what's gonna happen when you push that button.
All right. I mean, I guess that's not terrible.
I mean, that's not bad.
That's not too bad.
That's normal.
Okay, the pushing the buttons. All right, it's not that bad. I'm trying to scroll through and find the best ones here. Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah, who doesn't like to push a button every now and then?
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. Pushing the buttons is not that crazy.
Getting under
But
somebody's skin.
Here's one. Ellen apparently can't stand people who smell. So if you at any point smell, she will send you home to take a shower. And she blames on the fact she has a sensitive nose.
Okay, I'm with that. Hey, you remember the stinky kid you had in your class?
Yeah.
Remember how much drama that caused?
Right, but I didn't.
We were trying to figure out a way how to tell this kid he was stinky, and Ellen just direct to the point. Yo, you stink. You gotta go home and take a shower.
I ain't gonna send her home, though.
She said you fired. She just saying go home, take a shower, and come back to work. But you gotta take a shower because you stink. I'm with that. That don't sound that bad. Ellen sounds normal to me.
Okay, let's go to this one then. She's evil.
Well, damn.
So many stories I can feed the world. I worked for her. My favorite, she fired her chef for putting negativity in the food. No lie. He laughed and said, "Thank you, Ellen. I actually got an offer from a bigger name at your party last night." She lost it.
Look,
negativity in the food, bro.
Everybody, listen, I'll be the first to say it.
You can't put negativity in food.
You got to cook with love. You got to cook with love. People don't do that. People don't understand that.
Yeah, but
you got to cook with love. And when you don't cook with love,
I
the
agree.
food don't come out good. My man, that chef was putting negativity in the food. It wasn't tasting right. And Ellen was pissed about that shit, and she wanted to fire him.
Maybe his food's just trash, okay? It don't mean it's negative. Some people can cook. Some people can't.
He is
maybe
chef.
Maybe you don't see the right. It don't matter. You better, listen, I'm not going to name no names, but I've been to plenty of restaurants that had high acclaim, and their food was trash. Trash truck juice. Didn't know how to season didn't know how to season it all. Like my grandma's kitchen would put that out to shade. So that being said, you can go and have a chef that has a name, but it ain't worth it. Maybe he's just not a great chef and you find that great chef. You got time, man, putting negativity in his food. He ain't putting hate in your food.
He probably was.
On, man.
He probably was. I'm with you on that, Ellen. You got to cook with love. And you ain't cooking with love, and you cook with negativity, it's not going to come out right. It's going to
also, I'm going to take a break from the story for a second. I just want to say this, because I've been thinking about this with Ellen, right? And, you look at even the girls she dates, like Portia and Anne Heche. They're not even, I don't even know if they're gay. Are they gay? I think Ellen put some Ellen Exotic. She put a Joe Exotic on them and turned them out.
Stop it.
I don't know that. I don't know that they might be being held hostage. You might see a documentary on her in 10 years.
Stop it.
With Portia with a bunch of tattoos sitting on the chair and telling them something. I was just here. I don't know.
Come on, man. Stop that.
And isn't she married to a dude now, too? Come on, man. Come on, put it together. Put it all together.
Oh, I'm not trying to hear that, man. Not trying to hear that, man. Nah, man. So you trying to bring down one of the good ones. The good ones out there.
All right, so the next story is there was this lady that worked there. And basically what happens is Ellen decides that, the lady gets a job opportunity somewhere else. Ellen begs her to stay, begs her, please don't leave me. Please, please, please. I love you. I love you. I love you. The lady ends up staying. Ellen fires her a week later. Yo, bruh. Come on, man.
I got nothing for that one.
You can't do nothing about that. That's terrible.
I got nothing for that one.
The girl, apparently the girl it was just better benefits, a better opportunity. It was a career advancement. How can you get mad at someone for advancing themselves? That's messed up.
I'm not sure she wasn't mad, but she was feeling a certain type of way. You tried to leave me in the first place.
Say that again?
So she was feeling a certain type of way because you tried to leave her in the first place. So she had to stay and then fired her ass. So look, she got the job anyway. What does it matter? She still got the job probably.
I mean, we don't know that. I mean, maybe because you know how fast these people move. They be out.
That's a little
so apparently Ellen goes through her hairstyle. She fires stylists weekly. She was pissed that it got out, and the whole tear response she did on the show was BS. When she had a show and she's talking about, apparently some of these things leak out, and she just laughs off like, yeah, yeah, and people just laugh with her. She got them people programmed like Oprah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on, man. You need to stop that.
I was once on a date with Megan Fox with Ellen Sauce across the street. She didn't like how big. Oh no, that ain't right. No, that ain't a real story. Ooh, I almost got fired from this one. No, I'm glad I read ahead on that one. Was once working on a show at the WB. Oh, the WWWB. Love that network. That was next to her stage. Was our showrunner's 50th birthday. Caterer grilling steaks outside for special fancy lunch. Ellen sent someone over to demand they stop as she doesn't eat meat. She's the worst. Vegan energy. What I tell you about that vegan energy, Jervis?
Here you go.
What I tell you about the vegan energy?
Here you go.
Yo, please, Jervis, please remind the people what Marcus Brown thinks of vegans. You let them know. How my light work?
Marcus does not like vegans. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get crazy with it.
Yo, listen. I'm going to put allegedly on this one because this is really bad, but I'm going to read it anyway. I'm throwing allegedly in here because whatever, I'm poor. You sue me if you want. My brother is a Wish kid. His wish was to be at the 12 Days of Ellen, which was arranged 1 month before they canceled because Ellen refuses to interact with disabled people.
Now you know that's not true. That's not even true.
I mean,
come on,
I don't know, man.
I'm sure there's a picture out there with some disabled kid.
What'd you say? Say that again?
I said I'm sure there's a picture out there of her with a disabled kid.
Look it up. Look it up. I don't know that. I'm going to stop with the stories right there. I think we got enough right there. But listen, this is going to show you, not everything you see is real. Not everything you see is what it is. We put these people on these, and the whole point of this is that sometimes we have a problem with putting people on pedestals and getting an image in our head we want them to be. And we see them on TV and we think we know these people. We think they're our friends. We think they're our parents. We think they're, people that we can confide in. We think you got to stop with that, man. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Because I'm sure anybody, like even though my favorite people who I like, I'm not going to put this on me too. Anybody that you love, I'm sure has some weird past and some things they've probably done that you wouldn't be riding with.
Look, we're all human, man. We all got our vices. We all make our mistakes. Yeah. That's what it is. But people love to put certain people up on pedestals just to tear them down. You know how it is. When you on top, the only place to go is down after that. You can't go any higher. So people always want to knock you down, bring you down a peg, try to put you in your place. That's fine. I'd still rather go to the top. You can bring me down, but I'm going to the top first.
So let me ask you this then. So you think it's a case of them trying to knock her down? Or do you think there's truth to some of these things and she's not as, perfect as we make her out to be?
Look, I'm sure there's some truth to some of these things, but a lot of stuff that you read is like, that's normal everyday stuff, man. Look, it's no different. If I go out the house, I go to the store, I don't want nobody taking my picture. You know what I mean? I'm not even dressed right. I just threw this hat on, got some bummy shorts on. I got to rip my shirt. Trying to run to the store, grab some milk.
But the thing is, though, is that's the life. Like when you're a person with her status and you're her at where she is, that's the life. Right? That's what you signed up for.
No doubt.
All to get you look at what she's done. She basically took over for Oprah. She got the Oprah cosign. I think I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure she's it's a Harpo, or it was at one point. The Ellen DeGeneres show was Harpo, which is Oprah's company. So, and I know Oprah has been on her show a couple times and have co-signed for her. Because when Oprah, I think Oprah's, you know how smart Oprah is. And Oprah saw Ellen coming. And Oprah had that spot for a very long time. And basically, Oprah didn't need to retire. I think she just did that because she knew that Ellen DeGeneres was coming. It kind of reminds me of when Jay-Z retired back in 2004 because he saw that 50 Cent smoke coming. And he didn't want no parts of that because he knew 50 Cent had a wave, and that wave is going to be here for a little bit. Now, I think when she retired, she did that. Like, she stepped aside for and all that stuff. But when it comes to Ellen, listen, man, like, again, you signed up for this. This is what you wanted. This is life you wanted. You got it now. You can't, some of these things that are, are not ideal for, like you said, you don't want to go out the house with people watching and people seeing and all that stuff like that and knowing what you're doing here, knowing that. It is what it is, man. Yeah, I can't feel bad for you.
Right. But in the same respect, people always going to come at you the same way. Yo, can I get a picture? Nah, not today, man, because I know I'm not looking my best. Oh, that dude's an a-hole, man. He didn't want to take no picture with me. Yeah. So look, and that's what I'm saying. All them stories, man, there could be some disgruntled people trying to take shots at her because they mad because she didn't do something that they wanted her to do that she doesn't have to do. People always expect you to do so much more when you on a certain level. They always want to hand out. They always want to hook up and all that stuff. And you don't have to do that stuff. So, yeah, I take all that stuff also with a grain of salt because people got axes to grind. A lot of people.
There's one story that I didn't read that I'm just going to tell you that I actually kind of agree with because I'm a weirdo. Apparently, Ellen was at a restaurant and the waitress had chipped fingernail polish. And Ellen was disgusted by it and basically got the girl fired. Allegedly. Now, listen, I will say this: chipped nail polish freaks me out. Like it gives me like you get that like when someone touches a glass bowl, you get the chills. It freaks me out. I don't like looking at it.
What?
Yeah, I'm like that.
What does chipped nail polish got to do with anything to freak you out?
It stresses me out. I don't like it. I need if you're gonna do, especially on the fingers, if you're gonna do nail polish, you need to keep up with it. You gotta keep up with it.
Say you just chipped it at work while you were working.
Say it again?
Say it chipped while the chick was working.
Listen, I'm not talking. Listen, if it's one, I'm not a psychopath. If it's like one, like your pinky finger is a little chipped because something happened, that's fine. But I mean, like, you know how your whole hand gets chipped up and like, yo, bro, sis, you gonna change that or?
Yeah, you don't let that ride? After work. Now you want these fries or not, bro? You tell me. Dang.
No, because I might have some nail. You might be trying to poison me with some nail polish follicles all up in my mashed potatoes. I don't want no polish in my mashed potatoes, Jervis. I can't have it. Spitting off and spitting. Are you biting your fingernails? What are you doing?
You need to stop.
I'm just saying.
You need to stop it.
Anywho, I don't know. Like this is hard. Like some of these stories I believe firmly are true. The context may not be true, but that's the thing is with stories, with anything, you can change the context or narrative and make it fit your narrative, your context. It doesn't just because the story is true doesn't mean it happened necessarily that way. Like, I do think it's pretty messed up Ellen sending people home to shower. They don't smell right. Like, because here's the problem with that is you singling out people. So like, you could have a conversation and be like, yo, bro, we need to fix this. But if you're saying, get out, go home, go home, get the shower, that's bad. Which one is it? See what I'm saying?
No.
Like, she's taking people aside and saying, yo, we need to take care of this.
She probably put it in his paycheck, attached the letter to his paycheck. Everybody need to shower when they come to work. And he didn't. And then, that's why you got to call him out.
Hey, Bill, Ellen wants you to know what to say. We're not allowed to everybody. Come on, Bill, read it. Bill ran in the bathroom crying. Bill's sad now.
Hey, that's okay. I remember that little kid that you was coaching. Mm-hmm. Your nose was hurting every day. It was offending everybody.
It was outrageous.
Hey, desperate time call for desperate measures. That's how we do it.
I agree. So listen, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to move on into friendships. That's nice, right?
Yeah,
talk about friends.
We're friends.
Yeah. We're brothers. We're happy, and we're singing, and we're colored. Oh. Totally unclear. Anyway, we're going to take a break. Totally unclear. Marcus Jervis. We'll be right back.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Welcome back. Totally Unclear. Marcus Jervis. I want to segue into friendships. I saw an interesting question on the internet, and a lot of times the internet doesn't make sense, but I thought this was an interesting question and something I wanted to bring to you, Jervis, and see what you thought about this question. You ready?
I'm ready.
Can you still be friends with someone and unfollow them on social media?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead. How can you do this?
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Go ahead with your thought process on this.
Easy. Out of sight, out of mind. That's all it is. Listen, people just post some wild stuff, and you just don't want to have to see all the wild stuff they post. But you can still be friends.
I'm unfollowing on all platforms right now.
I call it the arm's length. With that? Yeah, I'm cool with that. I call it arm's length. It's my arm's length rule. You have certain people that you have to keep at a certain distance. So some people get a full arm's length. Some people are right close to your chest. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, I had a boy. One of my boys, he was bad at paying you back money. You loan him some money, he would pay you back. That's how he was, right? So my other boy, Mike, was like, yo, he was always mad at him. Like, yo, he don't ever pay me back this money. And I'm like, well, that's not his fault. That's your fault because you keep on loaning him money. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get mad if the dude don't pay you back when you know he's not. He ain't pay nobody back, but you keep on giving him money. Now that's on you. Stop giving him money. So it's simple. I keep people at certain arm's length. So I know with him, we could go ball together. We could go hang out together. But when it comes to money, I just can't mess with him. So he's here with money, but everything else, he's right here.
Now, have you had that conversation with him about the money?
Absolutely.
And what does he say in response to this?
I'm gonna pay you back. I ain't get it yet, bro.
No, not about paying him back. I mean about, listen, man, I can't hook you up no more money.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, anything but money we can mess with. When it comes to money, don't even waste your time asking me. I'm gonna just tell you no. You can ask me, I'm gonna tell you no. I'm just not gonna mess with you with money. But everything else, yo, you're cool. I can roll with you with everything else. It's just money. Can't roll with you like that.
Now, here's the thing. The money analogy is I think for life. I get your life lesson there. When it comes to social media, I don't think it translates. And here's why. Because basically, I'm just putting out my stream of consciousness to the universe. So I'm trying to connect with you and my other followers, whatever I put out. So if I'm putting out something, I'm talking to people from my perspective, I'm putting out something that's close to my heart. So you're saying you're so repulsed by my thoughts that you don't want to be associated with whatever I'm saying. Now, how in the world is it possible that you can say something like that to me? Because I'm going to come to you like, yo, bro, I saw you don't follow me no more. What's going on? And you're basically going to have to tell me that I'm not really cool with you posting.
Yeah.
So how is it possible that conversation cannot lend to my feelings getting hurt and me not wanting to be friends with you anymore, period? Because now, you know me, I'm petty. Yeah. If you unfollow me, I'm definitely unfollowing you.
Listen,
I'm not just unfollowing you, I'm blocking you.
Listen,
and then I'm reporting you. I'm trying to get you know how petty I am. I'm trying to get kicked off all social media platforms.
Look, if you post a lot of vulgar stuff that I don't like.
Like you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I mean, we're not talking about me right now. So if somebody was posting a lot of vulgar stuff and you're like, I just don't want to see that stuff. But other than that, they're cool. They got this side where they just always want to post some vulgar stuff, sexual. And
So
all this.
here's what you do.
With that, I don't want to have to see that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll unfriend you. So I still have to see that stuff. But that don't mean I can't hang out with you.
Nah, man, that's messed up. You got to unfriend them. All you need to do is just turn off the notifications. That's taking it too far. If you turn off the notifications of that person, you won't even know when they're posting. You have no idea what they're saying. Just turn off the notifications.
What does it matter either way? What does it matter?
Because it's mean, Ellen.
It's not mean.
It's mean.
It's not me. It's hurting your
Yes,
feelings.
it is.
It ain't me.
It is hurting my feelings.
Because you're sensitive. That's all. You're sensitive.
Okay, maybe I am a little sensitive, but I think most people fall off. They'd be upset. They'd be upset. They'll be upset. Oh, well. Most people be upset over this. This would not go over like, oh, you're in front of me? That's cool, man. What are you doing Friday night? No. Are you mad? Now, they might take it as far as I will take it, but there will be, because I'm diligent with my petty. Most people aren't diligent with their petty. They think these things, but they don't actually put the time in to do them. I will actually be diligent and put the time in to be petty. I'll punch in to be petty, old school, blue collar. I'm blue collar petty.
Putting in hours.
Yeah, put in hours being petty. I'll punch in, I got a time card, I got a petty W-2, I'm set up. But most people are like, they're mad about it. But and most people too, they won't actually tell you how they feel about things. They'll be mad about something and you won't. And this is like, people have labeled women as being passive aggressive and pretty much put that just on women. But men can be just as passive aggressive as women can. I know plenty of dudes that won't actually say how they feel about something and actually tell you how they feel. And it gets tiring. Like where you know it's a problem, you know something ain't right, but they don't want to tell you what it is. And they want to pretend like everything's okay. You're going to have a lot of that. So where you're right, where they might not say anything, they're going to feel a type of way, bro.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm going to tell you. It's that simple. I'm going to tell you.
Hey, dog, you in front of me? That's how you feel?
Yep. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. I just don't want to see the stuff you posting. That's all. So I don't got to see it now. But yo, we cool.
Yo, I'm about to start adding you and posting the nastiest, filthiest things in the world. Just finding red like once a day. I'm about to punch in, Jervis. I'm about to punch in. So
that's right, yo, everybody's in their feelings, man.
Staying in the realm of friends. I currently right now in what I'm calling a friendship reset. I've learned, I'm 39 years old, and I think I have learned over the years, I finally learned, I think there's a lesson that people learn as they get older, that you shouldn't be keeping a whole bunch of people around you anyway. Jay-Z has a line in a song, one of my favorite songs with a line in it, he says, "My circle so small it became a period." Basically saying, I don't mess with too many people. And I think when you have your circle too big, you're opening yourself up for disappointment out of people. There's some people that I've had to cut in the past year or two that's been near and dear to me for a while. And I've had to cut them because of the way they're moving. Like they're moving different. And like, I'm a karma person. And like, I don't want that karma to catch me, hit me in my forehead when I'm just hanging out with you. Because at this point, I feel like if you are around it, you're basically saying it's okay. That's how I feel. Right or wrong, that's how I feel. So let me ask you, my question is this. Like, do you think this is just do you think a lot of people do this kind of stuff where they go through kind of a friendship reset, or like they kind of like decide that they're going to move on from certain people? And have you ever done that before?
I mean, I definitely think your circle gets smaller the older you get. Like anything else. I mean, you lose friends, you go in a different direction in your life, and at the end of the day, you only really have a handful of friends, one or two that are your true friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you have the rest you can call them associates. You deal with them, you can see them, you hang out with them, all that kind of stuff. But if something happens, you ain't calling them up, letting them know something happened, and all that kind of stuff. You invite them to the birthday party, but they may not come to your kid's party. Things like that. They might come to your party, but they're going to come to your kid's party. Things like that.
That's a good point.
Me personally, I don't do the whole friendship reset and all that stuff. I mean, there are people I've been talking to for 20, 30 plus years still. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. I'm cool and we're still cool. I don't got to talk to them every day, that type of thing. I talk to them once a year. But when we talk that once a year, it's like we talked yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, I don't have to get into all that stuff. Like I said, I'm very good at managing my friendships and dealing with people. And I've always been of the philosophy that, look, if me and you aren't talking and it's because you're not calling me, I'm going to make the effort to call you then because I want that friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are, well, if you're not calling me, I'm not going to call you. All right, well, then neither one of us is talking.
Right. Right.
Simple. But that's not me. If I value our friendship, you don't have to call. I'll call you and reach out. As long as when I call you, I get that feeling, that connection that we cool. You know what I mean? If I get that vibe that, oh, you don't want me calling you, that's a different story. That's why you're not calling me because you want me calling you. That's different. But if I call you and then we talk and it's like, cool. Look, everybody busy. Everybody is doing a bunch of stuff. And we all know it doesn't take anything to make an effort to reach out to somebody. To send that text, that phone call. It takes no effort at all. And that's the truest way to show that you care about somebody. But that's me. I care about my friendship. So I'm the one who reaches out to people.
Yeah. And listen, like this wasn't easy. Like, because it was people that I had been friends with for years. And like we had been through some things and, had some really great times together. But I think you just get to a point where everybody can't go to where you're going and everybody can't share your same vision for life. I'm not talking monetarily. I'm not talking, goals. My goals and your goals and the third person's goals will all differ. I'm talking about just in life. Like when you get older, your life philosophies should change. And I think with me, my philosophies and what I found and deemed to be important drastically changed. And like when you do that and you start thinking with a different mindset and kind of putting yourself in a different space of thinking and doing things and moving, like, you can't, I'll give you an analogy. It's like, we all got that friend that still in the club and like, not with COVID, obviously, club's closed. We have that friend that's still in the club and you decide that you're not going to the club no more. Like you got a family, you're doing this stuff like that, this, that, and the third, but they still trying to call you up. They call you 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. Like, yo, where you at? I'm at the club. Come out. And you're like, dog, I've been asleep for 2 hours now. What are you doing? Like, I got a whole family now. No, I'm not coming out. But people like that, and it's the same thing with that. That's because that person that's home has had a philosophy change. What's important to them is not important anymore. Big booty girls ain't important no more. they just want that one booty at home. That's it. So we can't be friends Deborah Cox style because we are going separate ways. Like it's really and like that's just life. And that happens with different things where you can't be cool with that same person anymore because you're just not moving the same. And some people, if you find people that get it, and it's like, all right, I'm not there yet, but I understand. So we can hang out or we can do this, but we're going to hang out differently now. That's a very mature response, but you don't find everybody who move like that.
Right. Yeah, and that's a big thing, man. We all grow, mature at different levels and different times, things like that. Mm-hmm. So, and you always got to do what's best for you. You're on your own path. You got to go where the path takes you.
Yeah. And listen, it took me a long time to grow up. I'm still not grown up, by the way. I'm trying, but I started attempting to grow up maybe when I was 33. That was, all based on someone coming in my life to push me out of that. And maybe that has a lot to do with the fact that when with these philosophies and stuff like that, why my philosophies are changing. Like if that person went away, maybe I come out of retirement. I'm like, hey, I'm calling you up. Hey, Jamie, I'm at the club. Probably not. but sometimes it takes someone else to make you see things differently. And I guess that's what happened for me. But yeah, it's been tough. It's a hard thing to do. If you're out there and you're listening to this right now and you're having these same thoughts that I am, it's not going to be easy to do this. It's not. Some of these people because then you start questioning yo, am I being disloyal? Am I being disloyal? Am I but I still, because you can reset your friendship with somebody, but you can still have tremendous love for that person or those people. Like, it doesn't mean you don't love them no more. It doesn't mean you don't think about them anymore. It doesn't mean you don't care about them anymore. What all it basically means is I'm on a different road in my life now, and you don't want to come with me, and you can't respect that journey, so we can't do this no more.
Yeah.
You know? That's all it really means.
That's my arm's length theory. It's the same thing as arm's length. It's, look, I can't come to the club with you and do that, but we can do other things. We can go ball. We can hit the casino up. We can go check some, go to dinner. We can do everything else. But if you go into the club, I got to keep you here. That you're here. But everything else, right here to the chest, man. Arm's length theory, man. It's for everybody. You got everybody at a different length. Yeah, man.
I guess I hear you. I guess I hear you right. But so switching gears real quick. I mean, I don't understand this about rappers. Like, why do rappers announce when they're going to retire? Like, I never understood about rappers. Like, there's no 401k plan. Like, you don't get no pension. Nobody putting your jersey in the rafters. Why are you announcing that? And you're not going to stick to it anyway. Like, you say you're retiring, you probably come back in a year or two because you're bored. So I don't understand why rappers everywhere announce, I am retiring. Like, it's not like, bro, you didn't work at Walmart for 30 years. Yeah, like, nobody trying to hear that.
It's your last moment to get some shine.
I guess.
But last moment to get some shine.
But the problem is they don't stick to it anyway. Like, they say they retire. How many rappers have said I'm retire and back with 3 more albums in a year?
Jordan came back. A lot of people do it.
True.
That's what you do.
Oh, I guess. But
at that moment, you think you're done. It's like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I've done all I wanted to do, or for whatever the reason is. I'm out. I'm checking out. But then, if he calling you back, the streets be calling. Like, I'm coming back. I still got some fire in me.
That's what I expect about Eminem. Eminem gonna be rapping until he die. He gonna die in the booth. Like, he'll be getting them bars off all fast. He'll be like, nah, in his fall. He's gonna die right in the booth. Like, he never announced retirement. He's gonna be 89 years old putting out the Slim and Shady LP Volume 13.
And some people just, they'll just work forever, like you said. They'll just work forever. No need to say I'm retiring and they'll never put out music, but they just go work forever.
Dentures falling out his mouth, still trying to rap.
Making songs that you'll never hear.
So another rapper has announced a retirement. It is Bow Wow. Bow Wow has announced that after this next album, he is retiring from rap.
Bow Weezy?
Bow Weezy. At a tender age like 32.
I mean, he's been in the game since he's been what?
Like 6.
Yeah.
His first appearance was in that the Snoop Dogg, I think the Gin and Juice video. His first appearance on camera when he was like 6. And then you really started to hear like his album.
Pre-teen.
The first album was like I don't know, 10 or 11, somewhere in there. But he's retiring. So I wanted to ask you, what if Bow Wow retires, never makes an album? What to you is Bow Wow's legacy?
I mean, that's a long career, man. You've been grinding since 11.
Yeah,
that's a long time in the game, in an unforgiving rap game. Also, that's a long career, man. Look, Bow Wow was part of all that, the kids rapping, young kids rapping and stuff. But he could spit, man, and he had the whole swagger, the whole package with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
JD did right by him with that, packaged him well, and he definitely had some hits and all that stuff. But Bow Wow was smart enough to make that transition early, also into acting. He was diversifying real early in his career, also from doing music to doing the acting thing. What do you have? Roll Bounce, the skating.
Yeah, he had Roll Bounce. He had Be Like Mike.
Be Like Mike was first.
Yeah, I'm trying. I know there's more, but I don't know.
So he was Mr. 106 in Park. You know what I mean? He took the title of the show, 106 in Park. He was Mr. 106 in Park. Like, right. So I mean, look, the dude has had a long career, and he's done a lot in the game. He's put out some hits. Definitely put out some hits and whatnot. So I mean, you gotta respect him without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's complicated. I'm sure you might feel the same way about this too. Is that like Bow Wow isn't really talking to us? So like I know for me, I always felt funny listening to music. I never bought any Bow Wow albums. Like there was joints he had that I thought were good. Like the one The one with Sierra. Well, he's done a couple with Sierra, but the one with Sierra, the better one with Sierra. I forget the name of it. Oh, what's the name of that song? Oh, what's the name of it? Yo, this is gonna drive me crazy. The name of that song. They put out with Sierra. I think it's called "I Ain't Never Had No One Like You."
Yeah.
That name of it.
I ain't never had nobody. Yep.
Yeah. That I like that song. What's it? Fresh of Them is another one I felt comfortable listening to that. Like, but a lot of songs he was listening to, I didn't feel necessarily comfortable because I thought that I was like, when Bow Wow was 13, 14, I'm like 21, 22. And I don't sound crazy, but that's a gap. Like, we ain't talking about the same thing. You talking about going to the mall and scooping girls. Like, I'm talking about being in the club. Like, we're not here. Bro. We ain't the same thing. Right. So, like, it was tough.
Early Bow Wow. I mean, 10 years later.
But still, Bow Wow's always been pretty clean. Like, Bow Wow's always done two things. He's been pretty clean with his lyrics, and he's always been talking to the ladies. Mm-hmm. Like, most of his content is directed towards women and young girls. That's his area. So, and listen, I like R&B music and stuff like that. But it's a different vibe of R&B. Like, you're talking to the girls too, but it's talking about what the guy is doing with the girls and with all that kind of stuff like that. Where Bow Wow was strictly kind of writing from kind of a woman's perspective. So, like, it was kind of like, for me, it was always tough. Now, I will say this. If we stop him right here, listen, I'm not going to put him in the top 50 rappers of all time, but top 50 most successful rappers of all time, he's in that conversation for sure. Because you do this for 20 years. Like, think about it. You think about the rappers that's done it for 20 plus years. You got Jay, you got Nas, you got M. Who else you got 20 plus years?
But a different Cool J, but there's a difference.
Cool J, right?
The difference is, though, when was his last album? Jay been putting out music for 20 years. With a 2-year, 3-year gap in between, maybe. I mean, most rappers have a 2-year gap between albums, maybe 3. So if you're putting out music at that pace, you're putting out 10 albums in 20 years. So
you're right. But
I mean, how many albums does he have? 4 or 5 in that range?
2016 was his last album.
Okay.
Now here's what I'll say about him too, is that he's gotten into the reality TV lane. Right. In the past couple years. He hasn't really been doing a lot musically. And he hasn't really been doing a lot mainstream musically. Like, what was Bow Wow's last joint that was on the radio?
Yeah,
like, he hasn't been on the radio. He hasn't been on the radio in a while. But still, his name, but he still can tour. His name still rings off. And that's still, to me, that counts. If you can still tour off your albums and stuff.
Listen, Coolio got one big hit. Gangster Paradise. He got other cuts, but he can tour for the rest.
3, 4.
Like that. But he got some other cuts, but he can tour to Paradise for the rest of his life.
True. So, yeah, but he can't. But Bow Wow can do a legit hour set.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying.
Like Bow Wow, I think that's unfair. Put him in the Coolio box.
No, I'm not putting him in the Coolio box, but I'm just saying touring, I wouldn't put in that category. Like anybody who's got a hit song can tour. Because
overseas,
you've done the album.
You're right. Overseas, because overseas,
yes,
like the difference between America and overseas is overseas loves you forever. They don't stop loving you. You might not come around for 30 years. They ride with you still. Where in America, we have a very short memory. Bow Wow can still tour here. Coolio can't tour in the U.S. no more. Nobody's trying to hear Gangsta Paradise here.
Listen, he could tour, but he ain't the headliner. He definitely on that tour card. He might be coming out first. Yeah.
Yo, bro, Bow Wow and Marion just headlined a tour last year. What you mean?
With Marion, it's different.
Marion got 3 songs. What you doing?
Yo, people love that dude. Yo,
I know, but he got 3 songs. He got like 3 or 4 joints.
They love Marion.
I know, but I'm saying, the fact that he can still headline is a big deal. That's a headliner. He headlined with B2K. I mean, so
and that's the thing. They were in that when they were all dropping songs together.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. You was listening to them songs and you was vibing to them songs. You just don't remember that because at that time, all of them were killing it. they were killing the game, and you didn't buy the album maybe, but you definitely knew every song that he put out and all that kind of stuff. Because
I wouldn't say every song.
I'm not off the album. Not off the album. I'm just saying, you knew them songs, man. At that time, he was the man. At that point, he was killing it
in certain circles. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm not going to. He just. It was kind of like it was kind of like this. Think about it like this: when you were in high school, you were a senior, and there's like this 9th or 10th grader. You know is cool. You know they got swag. You dap him up in the hallway, but y'all probably not at the same parties. He might come to a party too, but y'all probably ain't hanging out in the same circles. That's kind of how I feel about Bow Wow. We went to school together. He was in 8th, 9th grade. He was younger than me though. So
but he was at that party. Bow Wow was at those parties though. And when Bow Wow came into the party, they was looking at you, senior. They was looking at Bow Wow, the 9th grader, coming into the party. I'm telling you, he had that heat. With the girls, yes, not with fellas. Bow Wow is not. I'm telling you right now, the way women look at Bow Wow, the way men look at Bow Wow are completely different. Absolutely.
We don't look at him the same way. Like he ain't walking in the party. We like, yo, Bow Wow here. Maybe the girls like that with them green eyes, yeah. But the fellas ain't doing all that because listen, I'm not hating. I get it. I see it. Like for instance, Amber loves Bow Wow. She loves that whole B2K. She loves that whole era because Amber's also 7 years younger than me, so she was fitting in perfectly in that mix. I wasn't in that mix.
But that's my point.
While you were listening to Bow Wow, they listen to Bow Wow. I listen to Luda. I was listening to DMX. I was listening to Jay. I was listening to the whole.
But that's my point though. That's my point though, because you're older.
Right.
If you had a dude Amber's age, I bet you they look at Bow Wow differently than you do. I would
love to have a conversation.
That's the difference.
I would love to have a conversation.
You weren't a fan like that, and you don't remember him. I'm telling you, 106 in Park was the biggest show on BET at that time for Black people. Yeah. And Bow Wow was on it every week. Every day. Like
he started hosting at some point.
Yeah, he was Mr. 106 in Park. Like
I'm with it.
Dude was killing it back then.
I'm with it. I know. I'm not disputing the popularity of Bow Wow. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I understand and recognize how white hot Bow Wow was at the time. He just wasn't like that for me.
Right.
And I think a lot of people in my generation probably say the same thing. But I think dudes, period, no matter what the age is, I think guys' opinion of Bow Wow is different than girls' opinion of Bow Wow. I think it's different opinions. I'm not saying they don't know the songs, they weren't at the concerts, but you were probably at the concert your girl wanted to go. You weren't at the concert, you wanted to go. Not saying it doesn't say, listen, there's exceptions to every rule. So I'm sure there's some dude Bow Wow fanatic out there. Like that we're gonna find that. But for the most part, I think the perception of Bow Wow was that's for the girls. And like that's what the girls do. Whatever. We'll go to the concert because we know that's what we gotta do as good boyfriend, like that. But we just here. We ain't rocking like that. But listen, like I talked about when we first started this segment, like every rapper, I'm sure Bow Wow gonna make 3 more albums after talking about he retiring. Because that's what these guys do. They never retire.
He'll probably be done. Because when this song come out and it flops, he'll probably be done.
And you know what though? That's another perspective. I'm glad you brought that up real quick. Because that's what sometimes people do when they're losing their heat. Is they'll say it's my last album, so it ups their numbers. Because you got nostalgic people that go out and buy it because it's saying it's the last album. So that might be his philosophy too, that I'm gonna try to get these numbers up. And then he sees the numbers like, oh well, maybe I can do another album. And then the cycle keeps going.
And two, listen, if that money ain't right no more, let me put this album out.
Right.
I may not have to do 2 mil like I did back in the day, but man, if I could do 200,000, it's some money in my pocket.
Yo, have you heard the new 6ix9ine Nicki Trolls?
I haven't heard it.
Bro.
It's good?
Listen, man, here's the bottom line. If you tell me I'm not talking you personally, I'm talking about people in general. If you tell me you don't like this song, you just don't enjoy life, and that's okay. You got people out there like that don't enjoy life.
I didn't like the first one, Gobble Goober
Goober. Goober, yeah, that was
trash.
It was trash.
It was trash.
It was like
it was trash.
Trolls is not that. Trolls is not that.
Now is that because of Nicki or because of him?
No, it's probably both of them. Both of them.
Nicki kicks it on it. She kills it. She does her thing.
Yes, man. Yeah,
he
man.
does too.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Did you hear he's doing a remix for Akon's "Locked Up"?
Locked Up. Yes, I did. I heard the first 30 seconds of it, and people are funny, man. Acting like, oh, you can't support. I'm not gonna listen to that. And no, good and well, they're gonna have that song in stereo. You know you will. You just stop playing. Here's the deal, real quick before we get out of here. I just want to say this about 6ix9ine. Music is entertainment. And I think sometimes we get confused about what actually hip hop is supposed to be through and through. It's supposed to be entertainment. Now, are there some street people in hip hop? Absolutely. But just because there's street people in hip hop doesn't mean that everybody's street. So this whole snitching thing, like, we cannot pick and choose who we decide to like and dislike for snitching. We can't do that. Because I guarantee you, if you look into maybe your favorite rappers, you're probably going to find some things you don't like. So, therefore...
I think the difference is there are street people in hip-hop. Claim to be street, not street in hip-hop. I think that's the issue for a lot of people.
That's the problem.
I don't think he's a street dude, but he's portraying to be a street dude in hip-hop.
This is the problem. This is the problem. Is that, yeah, that's most of hip-hop. You got people out there talking about stuff they've never done before. Like, that's the majority of hip-hop, talking mess. Let me ask you a question. You see the movie Goodfellas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, and Robert De Niro were killing everybody in that movie, right? They had the reputation. They were gangsters, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they're not doing that in their real lives, should we not support their movies anymore?
Different.
How is it different?
That's so different because
how is it different?
It's because those guys. But here's the difference. There are actual street dudes that started rapping. So that's the difference. These guys are just portraying that there are dudes that were from the streets, from selling drugs to murder, that have rap careers.
Does not represent the majority of hip hop.
No, I'm not saying it.
Like, you got those people in there.
But I'm not saying it is. What I'm saying is this. That's how hip hop was built upon. It was built on you telling the truth. And it's your truth, of course, but it's your truth that was true from the streets. And we understand as hip hop grew, you got a lot of other people that were fronting, that weren't really those type of people, from Rick Ross on down the line. I get all that. I'm just saying that because hip hop was built on that, that's what people still remember about hip hop, even though a lot of those people are old school hip hop heads, and everybody past them isn't even about that life.
Hip hop,
that still is there in it.
Hip hop has become pop culture. Hip hop became dominant pop in the mid to late 90s. Dominant pop. Once that happened, a decision was made for people. If you're going to be involved in this is what it is. And like I said to you before, these kids are moving differently now and they care about a lot different things than we cared about in our generation.
True.
And like things that we went through the same thing with our generation, with the generation before us. Things that we were doing that they weren't into. It's cyclical. It happens. It goes in cycles. Now, for me personally, I can't sit here, like, I am a hip hop fan. I'm a fan of good music. If somebody puts out a good song, I'm not worried about what you're doing behind closed doors. Because if I start doing that, I got to do that with everybody. I got to know everybody's background. If you start standing hard saying on 6ix9ine snitching and all this stuff, you better be standing tall on everybody. Everybody. Listen, no matter who it is.
But the difference is this. His business came out. Because you know his business, you can judge him on it. You don't got to worry about everybody else who you don't know their business.
We got other people's business. We got other people's business out there.
Right.
That we don't ride this hard over.
But if you want to go and dig into their business, that's a different story. But his business is out there. So you have to judge him on his business.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think there's not been a lot of support, a lot of people speaking out against R. Kelly from hip hop? Why do you think that is?
Oh, a lot of people rocked with him.
Not just that, because I guarantee you R. Kelly ain't the only one doing that stuff in hip hop.
Oh.
I guarantee you there's plenty of people out there that are doing the same things that he's doing. So they don't want to say anything because they know good well if they do, these same receipts will be dug up on them. This is my whole point with 6ix9ine. That's all I'm saying is if you want to say And that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm not saying you need to be co-signed with this. Because listen, if you're from the streets and you're mad about this, I get it. I understand that. And I'm not discrediting your feelings, and you can't ride with that. I'm not from the streets. That's not my life. So I'm looking at this from a music standpoint and entertainment standpoint. That's it. That's all I'm looking at it from. And if you look at it that way, and you're sitting here saying, I'm not listening to this kid because of this, you better know your history and know everybody else. I guarantee you some of your favorite rappers out here are moving a lot differently than you thought they were.
But you don't have to. Again, his business is out there, so you can judge him on that. That's all it is. It's no different. If I hear something about Amber, that don't mean now I got to dig into Marcus's business too.
Don't put her name on that.
Yeah, I got to use somebody. That don't mean I'm going to dig into your business. Look, her business came out, so I know about her, so I can judge her on that. I ain't heard nothing about Marcus, so it's cool. I'm not going to go digging, but his business is out there, so we can.
Yeah, but the thing is, here's what you're ignoring. There's a lot of rappers' business out there that we give passes to, and their business is out there. But we don't say that. We don't keep the same energy. We don't. And I ain't naming names. Do your own research. I did my research. Do your own. Do your own. But there's a lot of rappers out here we give passes to that gotten the same foolishness.
Yeah. Maybe they earned it. They may have earned that pass. He ain't earned it yet. He ain't earned his yet.
Whatever.
Now,
just check out.
Now maybe after this song he might earn it.
check out Trolls, bro. It's fire. It's fire. No question.
Maybe at the Trolls he might earn that.
Maybe. All right. Listen, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. But I'm happy to say we on all platforms now. Come check us out. Come see us on Apple.
Yeah.
Come see us on Spotify.
That's it.
Come see us wherever you want to see us. We everywhere. All right? We everywhere. Yeah. Special shout out to our producer, Dylan. We're just doing a great job, as usual. Yes. At Totally Unclear on all social media platforms. At Marcus B. Tweet on all social media platforms.
At Sager, everywhere.
And until next week, Ellen's mean.
Yeah, we out.